Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. Live from the Den. Legacy Internet Radio. We appreciate those folks that are listening to us. If you want to call and be a part of the discussion, the phone number is 804-402-2893. That is the number to dial and get this last comment in from our sister Priscilla, and then I am going to have us move on to another discussion. But she says, working with domestic violence victims day in and day out, you'd be surprised how many men file for restraining orders. Some of these women out here are all sorts of crazy. So she is definitely validating the things
all women are crazy.
that Tony and Big Bro Joe is saying. And as a woman, she is validating what most men already know, that y'all chicks is crazy. And you know, I have Steppin with Marcus J. Live from the Den. Legacy Internet Radio. We getting a hit in social media from our sister S.Y. Butler, who is the co-host and associate of this show. She is saying, hey, family, and letting us know that she is, in fact, listening in to the discussion tonight. So I want to move on. Tony, I want you in on this next one first. I'm getting this one from our local WTVR.com affiliate. It's about a cheerleader that kicked off the squad for refusing to do what other girls do, which is the headline, but the short version of the story. I'm getting this one out of Tomball, Texas. The mom of this 11-year-old girl says the girl was kicked off the squad over a dispute over the girl's hair. Though the cheer coach said it was more than that. The issues arose when Michaela Fallow's cheer coach ordered her to straighten her hair to look like the other girls on the squad. Quote, when you come into this sport, you understand that there's makeup to it and there's hair to it. This is what Woodland Elite cheer coach Kevin Toner said. Michaela's mom said her daughter's curly hair is the source of the child's strength and confidence. During a meeting with the coach, Michaela's mom said that she was told her daughter would not be allowed to compete unless she straightened her hair in a high ponytail like all of the other girls. Quote, it would destroy her hair, and so I wanted to explain to them the kind of reasoning. This is what her mom said, Jenny Fallow. I felt like I might make my daughter feel like her hair is not good enough because she's not like the other girls. The coach said during the meeting he offered Michaela's mother a compromise, but mom would not meet him in the middle. We're trying to make an exception. We were trying to find a compromise and a happy medium, and she wasn't up for the compromise and happy medium. She was very defensive. It wasn't about hair. It was about, we don't want this negativity on the team.
Wow.
In the end, Fallow said that she would not compromise her daughter's natural beauty and talent. End quote. So, Tony, here it is. You got a girl who's 11 years old who basically, if I'm reading this right, she got kicked off the team because her naturally curly hair did not fit in with the straight hair of the other girls. She refused to straighten it. And because she would not comply with the coach's request/demand, pick your word, she got kicked off the team. The coach says mom was kind of a knucklehead, but the reality is she got kicked off the team because she wouldn't straighten her hair. What's your thoughts?
I call bullish. I knew why they kicked her off when I first saw her picture. I hadn't even read the title. I saw her hair, and I was like, it's because she wouldn't straighten her hair. But that's crap because, you know, you see the different cheer competition. Like, cheering is so huge. It has been for years. You don't have to straighten your hair. That's a bit too far. Yeah, I can see, you know, they do all the makeup, which I think is too much anyway, especially for little girls. And, you know, everybody's wearing the same uniform. You got the same color ribbon. But having to straighten your hair is too much. She shouldn't have to straighten her hair. That's her natural hair. Why should she have to alter that? That's just like telling somebody, you know, you need to go to a tanning salon because your skin isn't dark enough.
What you think about this, Jay?
I agree with Tony. Like, what does her hair have to do with precision on the cheerleading squad? Like, nobody's really looking at her hair. They looking at.
Well, let me ask you this question. As a football fan, you know that, and I'll just kind of speak to you in your own language.
Okay.
If Dez Bryant has a situation going on in his hometown and he wants to wear different sneakers or cleats rather to pay homage to his hometown, the league is probably going to fine him, right?
Going to get fined.
Is that fair?
That's altering the uniform. She's not altering the uniform.
When you're talking about NFL,
true.
that's
I didn't even think about that. That's true.
That's all in the contract. But we talking high school here. There's nothing in the contract. There's no contract when it come to high school.
Right.
When you talking about dads, that's all in the contract, and he knows that.
Bad analogy on my part.
Yeah.
I accept that. Big
But
bro.
it-
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Jay.
Go ahead, Big Joe.
My bad. Big bro. I didn't mean to cut you off, Jay. I'm sorry.
No, you good.
Okay. High school, cheering squad, personas, perception. We all know. We really.
Now, the reason why he paused, I'm going to tell you why he paused. Now, I'm going to cut him off, and he's going to understand why I'm cutting him. He already knows why I'm cutting him off. Because the way, because Tony knew. I don't know if Jay knew, but I know Tony knew. It's a white girl, y'all. Everybody thought that this was a black girl, and I purposely left her race out of this. The pause you just heard was me showing Big Bro Joe a picture of this little white girl. That's this little white girl.
Yeah.
Now, we black folk on the show. The white folk that's listening to us right now, don't be in your feelings because we say white people, because y'all don't live what we live. Y'all don't go through what we go through with hair and all that shit. Tony, you want to tell them why I paused and held on to the fact that I know you know why I held on to it, because you in the hair.
Well, I mean, if you look at the girl, you know, she has hair that looks more ethnic. I mean, it's thick, you know, it's kind of curly, and that's not, it doesn't look very Caucasian.
Yeah.
And just like we have been brainwashed for years that straight hair is pretty hair.
Yep.
That's what they're trying to force her
We
to do.
even say, what's the phrase we oh, you got good hair.
Good hair, right.
hair.
Yeah, good hair, bad hair, ridiculous. So, yeah, they're just imposing it on her. Your hair is too ethnic. It's too ethnic.
Big bro.
At least they keeping it real across the board. Hey, you know what? About time some people get what they dishing out, man. All right, I'm sorry, but you know what? Honestly, to tell you the truth, I don't care. Go find a cheer group that wants you, who doesn't care you got kinky hair, and keep it moving. I mean, well, I'll say both my daughters, when they were younger, they both cheered. My oldest cheered for, she cheered competition, and she cheered at the college she went to. Matter of fact, she got a scholarship to go cheer. Yeah, but she had an academic one too. But you know what? She would put the little bows, she would pull her hair back, and she doesn't have but she had a relaxer at the time, but then she said bump that because it costs too much to try to maintain and keep it up.
It does.
And she would do a snatch back and keep it going.
Yeah.
But once you put the little bow on it and slick that stuff down, keep it moving. But hey, it's funny how when you're getting it back for things that happen to us all the time, now you got something you want to say about it. Really? Go find another. You know what they tell you? Go find another team.
Yeah.
But I will say, looking at her mother, I don't think she's totally Caucasian.
Oh no. You
I'm
can
just
tell
saying.
that chick ain't.
She looked like it could be a little bit Hispanic or something in there. She doesn't look
Oh
totally.
yeah, she definitely.
No,
got some
European,
Massa been in there.
Spanish
He been in the
Yeah.
slave quarters, Jack.
Yeah, her mama. I'm looking at the picture now.
Yeah,
and,
no.
she looks Latino.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
she doesn't look black. She looks
No,
she
so
looks Latino.
Hispanic. Latino.
Yeah, or maybe she herself is half black and half white.
Right.
That's possibly
right.
what that is.
But I don't think that she's all white. Now we're getting a couple of hits in social media. Excuse me. Our sister Melanie says a lot of Jewish people have kinky hair, which is definitely true.
Yeah.
Especially a lot of the Israeli Israeli Jewish people, because we know them as Africans.
Right.
That's what they are.
You know, look at like
a lot
Ben
of them.
Stiller. He's Jewish. Look at his hair. You
I was
know,
thinking of
like-
Maxwell Klinger.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
yeah. Did you say? Wow. The second week in a row, we dropped a MASH reference. You know, for those folks who don't know, our sister Dee Dee says that she's somewhat torn as a lady in the room. Tony, I'm putting you on the spot on this. It's a kind of a woman's story with the cheerleading thing. So I'm gonna put you on the spot. She says she's somewhat torn. Everybody knows how cheerleading squads work. So why is this an issue? But then again, why does she need to straighten her hair to put it up in a ponytail? Tony, then Joe, then yours truly, because we have cheerleading daughters, and you are a woman. So I know that sounds kind of crazy, but I want your perspective on that.
No, because again, she's not altering the uniform.
Actually, she is.
She's not altering the uniform.
It's a part of the uniform. Your hair, your appearance is a part of the uniform.
But the hair, they may have to wear the same hairstyle. My niece used to cheer for those like school, they do the competitions and all that stuff.
Right.
And she's half Dominican, and her hair is very curly. And most of the other girls on the team were Caucasian. But not once
Can y'all stop
was she
saying
ever
Caucasian
told.
and say white folk? Y'all kill me with that PC stuff. We don't do politically
Well,
correct
because
here.
you
Say
could
white
be,
folk.
it could be so many different cultures within that.
Yeah,
That's
you
why
could
I say
be
Caucasian.
Italian.
Like white could, yeah.
It's still white.
When I say Caucasian, I think blonde hair, blue eyed, straight hair. Anyway, but yeah, again, it's not altering the uniform, but you still want the girls to maintain some sense of individuality. Like everybody brings something unique to the team. I see you shaking your head, Big Joe. But again,
You're a cheer mom.
Well, I should no, and I never would be.
I was a cheer dad.
They all that darn makeup.
They don't
is
do
too much for me.
They want unity. They want. I mean, think about it like this: when you go to those competitions, and I don't care what you want to say, that's like them dance shows where the moms get all up in their business, and they running around. Even look at what's the one show? It was on BET for a while. It was an all black cheer.
Bring it.
Yeah.
Was
I
it Bring
love some Bring It, boy.
It?
Yes.
And did they not all try to look all?
No,
alike?
they just always had too much weave. Like at first, they
guess
looked
what?
like
The
little
weave
girls.
was a part of the uniform because they damn sure had it on.
SY is listening to her. She says, honestly, this is crap. She says that she was a cheerleader, and in most we had to do was keep our hair out of their face. She crying bullshit on this one. Hair is not part of the uniform. I tend to agree with her. I did have a problem with when Mama J was a cheerleader, and obviously where I'm going is not a hair issue, but I can tell you that cheerleading, because I've been a cheer dad, it's a different mindset that these coaches have than I've seen with other sports. Here's the example. Mama J cheered for basketball. Basketball was played in the late fall and winter months. And the cheer coach had a problem with them getting on and off the bus with their coats. Why? Because they all had different coats, and she wanted them to roll up in the building all looking uniform. And I reminded Mama J that she answers to me. She don't answer to nobody else. She don't answer to no coach. And if I ever see her without a coat, she's gonna be hot enough on her ass that she won't need a coat. That's the first thing. And then the second thing is, I said to the coach, I said, you are not going to send my child and any other child in 50-degree weather without a coat. I don't care what they look like. They're 10. So that was the way I dealt with that. But that's just me. It's a little bit different situation with this one. But I wanted to tell that story to show and highlight, big bro, that these cheerleading coaches, they a different mindset than the football coach.
But it's funny you bring that up because I did cheer for one football season when I was in elementary school. And, of course, it's cold in the fall. And skinny me, who weighed like 13 pounds, my mom was like, put your sweatpants on. It's freezing out here. Put your sweatpants on. But coach was like, no, you got to keep your, no sweatpants yet. So my mama said, put your coat on, let's go. And we left.
Yeah, and a lot of parents would, and I don't disagree. See, I never had that issue because I looked at the coach like, really? Yes, I threaten people.
And he threatens people.
I do. But like you said, Marcus J said it best. I'm like, listen, you don't answer to that coach. And that coach is not going to be the one taking you paying this $25 co-payment and getting all this medication when you got the what is it, the something consumption? The croup. When you sitting there coughing.
Oh, God.
That's like the worst cough
ever. And they not going to be up while I have to go to work the next morning and paying all these bills. So, put your coat on. Put your sweatpants on. When you get ready to cheer, let's break it out.
And you know how Steppin with Marcus J. live from the Den. Legacy Internet Radio, keeping with the stories that make you cock your head to the side and say, what the hell? First of all, before I do that, because I want your full attention when I give you this next story. But that's why I said, really, big whooping cough is what you trying to say.
Consumption. Come on,
that's
now.
what you trying to say.
Thank you,
I'm getting this one from Fox 26, which is the local Fox affiliate in Katy, Texas.
Too strong. Texas and Fox.
Next story.
Uh-oh.
A 6-year-old transgender student at Katy Daycare has sparked quite a discussion about how school should address the issue with the child's classmates. 2 employees who disagreed with the way the private school owners were handling the situation were fired. But some are now discussing if a child at that age can actually know if they are transgender. Quote, I think there's a strong indication that a lot of this is biological. This is what child psychologist Dr. Andrew Brams tells Fox 26. Brams says gender dysphoria is the clinical name for it, with genetic science to back it up. He says there's evidence in chromosomes that make okay, this is them messing up. This ain't me. I have to rewrite this. I'm sorry, Fox, you can't write here. He says there's evidence that chromosomes that make the individuals feel different even at that young age. I had to say it my way because the script is all jacked up here and in the script. Quote, it is possible that they will have some type of awareness that the gender that they are currently in just doesn't fit for them. This is what Bram says. At the time I was 6, I began to exhibit all female personality traits. This is what Nick Aragus Lloyd tells Fox 26. Lloyd made me the most well-known transgender in the city of Houston. She founded the Transgender National Alliance to advocate and educate on behalf of the transgender community. There's more here, but one element that I want to add, there's more here and I don't want to read a whole lot, but I want to add this last piece before I open it up. Jay, you up first in this discussion. Clearly the daycare owner in this situation felt that the child's parents were advocating on his behalf appropriately. One added element of the story is that the child's parents are both men. Fox 26 has spoken with the couple. They did not want to discuss their situation, and we are not revealing their identities, we being the news station. But it has made some people wonder if a gay couple influenced a child to be transgender. Dr. Brams feels that is unlikely. Dr. Brams apparently is someone that is qualified to speak on the subject. Ain't no half step on Marcus J, where we talk about all stuff that make you uncomfortable, including race, religion, sexuality, political aspects. If you uncomfortable right now, it's a you problem, because you know what you're getting when you call this show at 804-402-2893, and you also know what you're getting when you listen to us. Jay, you on the spot, brother.
I'm no scientist, so I don't know about all them chromosomes and everything
you
like that.
You probably stayed at the Holiday Inn once, though, right? You stayed at Holiday Inn?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Then you qualified. What you think?
I think it is pretty much it is what it is. I mean, like, if that's what that person want to be, they just should respect that person's wishes. Now, as far as like the parents, like, I think it could be an influence, because that's all. Was it a man changing into a woman, or a woman changing into a man?
It was the way I understand the story. It's a 6-year-old. A 6-year-old. Yeah.
Six?
A 6-year-old. Six.
Oh, I need to retract some stuff. A 6-year-old don't even know what he. Nah.
Thank you.
Nah.
It was a 6-year-old young lady that wants to be a man.
Nah, 6-year-old, you can't make no decisions for yourself.
6.
No, not at 6. No.
6 years old.
No.
Big bro. 6.
That's
No
crap. Bullshit.
No.
6 years old, you don't know whether you like frosted mini wheats or if you like tricks are for kids. Man, quit playing. To me right now, that is totally the influence of the people that are raising that child. That's what they see. That's what they probably, all of their friends, the parents' friends and things of that nature. I mean, that's just like when we were 6 years old. You know what? I can use this point. When I was 6 years old, I was listening to Jackie Wilson. I was listening to Smokey Robinson, and I can sing those songs backwards and forwards to this day. Why? Because when my daddy listened to it in my daddy's house, that's what I picked up on, and that's what I did.
Exactly.
Case in point, that's what's happening.
What you think, Tony? Dee Dee is listening. Dee Dee says, look, Jamal knew he wanted to be girly when he was little. And she talking about Jamal from Empire. That's Dee Dee, our sister from here on the show. 804-402-2893 is the number to dial. Tony?
So, just like your hair color, how smart you are, the size of your jaw, is physiological, so is whether you are male or female. And yes, scientifically, it has been proven that something can go wrong during that process, just like your lungs can form improperly, or something can be wrong with your heart when you're born. Something can also be wrong with that part of your brain that tells you you are male or female. Now, as far as letting a 6-year-old boy walk around acting like or dressing like a little girl, I don't agree with that. They need to still make him at least wear boys' clothes. But I don't think him having 2 male parents really has an effect on that. You look at how many men, my brother being one of them, was raised in a house with nothing but women. He's not gay. Being homosexual it's not a choice in most cases. There are some cases where people are molested or raped and they may be confused, and if they're say a boy was raped when he was younger, he may say, okay, well, I'm going to be with men. But you don't choose whether you're straight or gay. I don't remember at any point in my life saying, I want to be with men. I'm attracted to men. It just was. So I don't think that you can say, one, it's because he's living with 2 men. If those men are providing a loving household where he's getting food, clothing, shelter, learning to be a good person, then so be it. And if the school has a problem with it, it's a private school. They can choose to say, no, you need to take him somewhere else.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I mean, I'm one of those people who I'm a live and let live kind of dude. I mean, I almost feel like a racist white person when I say I got gay friends. You know how mad we get when they say I got black friends. Even if they really are legitimately nice people who have black friends, you always want to kind of side eye look at them. That's kind of how I feel even saying I got gay friends, which I do. And I really, honestly, I couldn't care less if you're gay or not. I couldn't care less if you're transgender or not. That kind of stuff don't affect me, because I subscribe to the philosophy of if you're nice to me and you're not an asshole, then I'm going to be real cool with you, no matter what you do. You know what I mean? That being said, the kid is 6 years old, man. 6 years old. I have a hard time accepting that a 6-year-old already knows that they want to dress or be like anything other than what the parts that they came here with. That's just my personal opinion. I'm not a doctor. I'm not this clinical doctor dude who probably knows better than me. I'm just somebody who spent 41 years in the world, who has my own personal opinions and experiences. And I just think 6 years old, there's what they call the age of discretion. The age of discretion is when a child basically starts to understand the difference between right and what's wrong. And that's usually somewhere between 7 and 9, depending on the maturity of said child. You know what I mean? So you get a 5-year-old who is running around, you say, don't jump off the roof. They might jump off the roof and end up dead, but you can't be mad at them because they didn't know that they could get hurt. You know what I mean? They haven't reached the age of discretion yet. They don't know the difference between what they should do, what they shouldn't do, what's right, what's wrong. 6-year-old is right on that border, and I just don't know, man. I don't know. But then I also have a cousin. No reason to call a person out specifically, but I've got a cousin who we were all very, very clear on this person's homosexuality pretty much from the time they started walking. I won't get into if they're male or female. It's not necessary. But what I will say is we knew. We all knew. And it didn't matter. It doesn't matter. Right. And so I am a little bit torn on this one. But like you said, Tony, you dropped the mic on this discussion when you said it's private school. They do what they want.
Right.
Yeah.
And, the thing that people really don't understand with gender dysphoria, it's not that they're like that person is saying, I want to be a man or I want to be a woman. Their brain tells them I'm supposed to be the opposite of what I am. And I don't see why people can accept that people are born with, Down syndrome or, mental retardation or any other mental illness Why can't they be born with gender dysphoria?
I've always wanted to make that point, and the only reason why I've never made the point is because I've never wanted to liken homosexuality with mental illness. But when you apply the actual medical or clinical phrase, gender dysphoria, then you can say it without feeling guilty. Because I never wanted to make that point. I'm glad you made it the way you made it, because you made it safe for me to be able to say that, yeah, folks are born gay. They just are.
See, I have to make that argument as a Christian woman, because, of course, according to Christians, homosexuality is a sin. You're going to jail. You're going to burn in hell.
Right. Now, I have to make that argument as a non-Christian who views everything logically and scientifically. Mm-hmm. And scientifically, in my mind, if I can, and this is the reason why I never wanted to be offensive and say mental illness and compare it to that, because I know that there's some folks that, like you go and you buy a nice brand new car, but it's a lemon. Some folks are lemons. Right. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that a homosexual is a lemon. It's not what I'm saying, but folks are just different, and to assume that you can understand someone else's plight is a level of arrogance that I haven't reached yet. But where I fall back is the kid is 6 years old, man.
Absolutely. That's too much. And I have a problem with, it's okay if you're a homosexual male, if you're a lesbian woman, but you're still a woman. Now, this is not people who have gender dysphoria, because again, that is like a whole nother field of science. But just because you're homosexual does not mean, like, if you're a homosexual man, you're still a man, so you should still dress and be a man.
Yes.
And if you're a lesbian woman, you should still dress and be
That's
a
the
woman.
point I've always made.
Right.
Yes.
That I have a problem with.
Yes. I've always made that point, and the response that I've gotten from my friends in the LGBT community is, we do what we want. We dress how we want. Straight people dress how they want. You see dudes in skinny jeans and they'll tell you straight up they're straight. You see, women dress sometimes a little bit more masculine than what society wants them to, and they're straight. And if we choose to dress the way we want to dress, then we're going to dress how we want to dress. And I can dig it. That's a fair argument. But my whole thing has always been, but then again, we're applying what we think as the general population to what someone as an individual should or should not do. Mm-hmm. And that I think that is probably wrong, especially as black folk, because we know already what it's like to be put in a box of this is where you should be. Right. And we don't want to be what you say we should be.
Right, but to me it's a contradiction. If I'm a lesbian woman, I like women. Why would I want to be with somebody who looks like a man?
Well, I got you on that, but again, what I've learned, yeah, you're right, you can't, because what I've learned from being around homosexuals is that just because you're a woman who likes women doesn't mean that you like a woman who's feminine. Right. You like a woman who may exhibit masculine traits, but at the end of the day, she's still a woman. Mm-hmm. And that's what you're attracted to. You're attracted to the fact that she's a woman, not the fact that she's a feminine woman, if that makes sense. So ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. Dee Dee is listening to you. She's saying, Tony, that you made a great point. She also is agreeing with the point that we made about being born that way. Jay?
What do y'all think? Like, I was watching, I don't know if it was 2020 or 700 Club or something I was watching, and a guy, transgender, he had the whole change and everything, to a woman, and actually married another woman that had a change. She changed into a man. And they got married. Like, that didn't make any type of sense to me whatsoever. Like, when y'all
I fell in love with the person.
Yeah, like, it was just crazy to me. Like, that was defeated the whole purpose of doing whatever that they do.
I can dig that. Our sister Melanie, she's agreeing right now. She said, "Lord, this is some confusing stuff." I can dig it, Melanie. Let me just. I'll take the last word on this particular story. We're gonna move on to the last story of the segment before we go to a break. I am one of those people who was raised a Christian and decided that didn't work for me. And the way my mind works now is I am personally not comfortable with placing my personal views. And I don't have beliefs. I don't believe anything. I know what I know. I am not comfortable with putting what I know on somebody else.
Right.
All I can do is, if you know me, I'm going to share how I feel about certain things, and you're going to either do what you're going to do, or you're going to listen to me and say, hey, I agree with you, Marcus. Yeah, I'm going to follow you. But I prefer you not follow me. I prefer you do you. And if doing you leads us down the same path, then cool. Live and let live. I'm just not interested in putting somebody down because I disagree with what they doing. Because, again, as black folk, we should know better than to put anybody down for how they choose to live their lives. Now, what I won't accept is the LGBT community trying to put themselves on par with what we deal with as black people in this country, because that's not the same. So I don't want to hear them talking about how their issue is a civil rights issue, because it's not a civil rights issue. That's where we will differ. But if I got a gay cousin or a friend that says one day that they like, girls and they're a girl and whatever it is they want to do, whatever. We was homies before, we gonna be homies again later on. And that's honestly how I feel about it. Ain't no how Steppin with Marcus J live from the Den, Legacy Internet Radio. Last thing I want to get to.
I want to say something before you go to the next
go for it, bro. Go for it.
Out to the co-host SY. Because when I was saying what I was saying, she hit me up and said I was watching Debbie Does Dallas. I haven't watched Debbie Does Dallas in about 20 years.
Oh my God.
That doesn't sound like an appropriate show.
Yeah, I'm not really sure how I feel about that. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J live from the Den, Legacy Internet Radio. Oh, now this next story, I tell you, the last one had me pausing and hemming and hawing when I started this one. Tony, once again, I want you in on this one first. This first segment has been very female centric. I'm glad you're here. I'm getting this one from thegrio.com. I like to a lot of times read the headlines instead of the story first. I'll read the headline and then I'll pause for dramatic purposes. I'm not supposed to tell you that. That's supposed to be radio behind the scenes stuff. But I'm going to read this and then I'm going to pause dramatically. You with me?
Let's see.
Okay, here we go. Applebees customer smashes Muslim woman in the face for speaking Swahili. You like that? Jay, that was cool, right?
Yeah,
that was cool, right? Big bro, that was cool. You like that? That was good.
Yeah.
That was good. All right.
Because you got a face for radio.
Yeah. Okay, Mr. Grecian formula. Don't start with me.
It's Beijing number 8.
Okay. Asma Jama was eating with her friends and children at Applebee's restaurant when another patron apparently became upset because Jama was speaking Swahili and smashed her mug across her face. Quote, I was sitting, turned around like this, and all of a sudden I feel something thrown on my face. Boom! Said Jama. My cousin started screaming and everyone wanted to run away. The woman who attacked Jama, Jody Marie Burchard Rish, yelled and threw her drink at Jama, who tried to explain to the woman that she had the right of free speech to converse with her friends in a different language. After Bouchard Rich smashed the mug across Jama's face, she ran away. One of the managers of the restaurant followed her outside, kept an eye on her until police arrived to arrest her. Emotionally, this has destroyed me, said Jama. I've lived in Minnesota for 15 years, never had anyone ever look at me weird for not speaking English and wearing a hijab. I've seen hate crimes on TV, but for it to happen to me, I'm really a different person. I don't like it. A GoFundMe page has been set up to help Jama pay for the treatment for her injuries. According to the page, Asma suffered trauma all over her face due to the attack. Her injuries required 15 stitches all over her face with busted lips, cut on the top of her eyebrow, and cuts all over her face. Let's stand together and let's stand together against hate and help Asma get back to her feet again. This is what the page said. I'm showing the group a photo before and after of the victim here. So let's recap. Let's like to do. You got the sister sitting there eating, minding her business, speaking in her native tongue to her family. A person who did not like it bust her in the grill with a coffee mug or a beer mug because she's speaking another language. Tony, you up first.
So, no, it's not okay that the lady hit her in the face. What happened before that? That's what I want to know. How did she know she hit her for speaking Swahili?
Doesn't matter.
After she got busted in the face, she was like, why did you hit me? I mean, what happened before that?
It's a good question.
It doesn't matter because the backstory don't really matter in this situation.
It does. What if she was talking?
The backstory doesn't matter. She hit her in the face. The woman didn't hit her.
So
she hit this woman in the face with a bar in the bar.
They might have warned her.
But you
in a bar, people drinking.
She said she with her family. So did she have her kids with her?
That's what I'm. You got bad kids. That make me mad.
I'm not. Not
that I would hit anybody. For
I'm not
it,
Muslim. I'm not Muslim or anything. But is Swahili wrong to talk?
Swahili is an African
dialect
language.
Yes.
It's a dialect of Africa.
So it's no Muslims. It's no Muslims in Africa.
Oh no, but you can. I mean, a lot of Muslims do.
Are y'all really
Swahili.
sitting here trying to justify someone and get busted?
No, I'm not trying to. I'm just
trying to figure out.
He's trying to figure out. I'm thinking
is it wrong to speak Swahili?
Her from zero to bam to from zero to bam in your face and you got 15 stitches.
The only thing that would justify that is I hit you first.
Yeah, the lady was totally in the wrong, and I probably would have smashed her back.
I don't even know that I need a backstory, Tony. Were we really asking for a backstory?
I mean, I'm not saying it's okay that she hit her, but I would like to know more. It's so easy for people to just say, all right, so she hit me because I was speaking Swahili.
So let's play that game. I'll play devil's advocate with you. Let's say that she is saying that white lady over there got some ugly ass kids, and the little one over there with the buck teeth, she is just a hot mess. And then she comes over and she smashes her for saying those things. Is she justified?
No, I didn't say.
So if she's not,
it would be justified. But again, I just can't imagine just somebody just sitting there and all of a sudden because you're speaking a different language, you just bust them in the face. I just can't imagine.
She did say she busted in the face with her drink, right? So she was drinking.
Yeah, she was.
So alcohol is involved.
She said a mug, so I would imagine probably beer. Mug.
Ain't no half stepping with Marcus. Say live from the Dead Legacy Internet Radio. Let me introduce you, man.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right, go ahead, me. Damn.
Listen.
Tell everybody who. Tell everybody. Hold up. Wait.
Hello.
The listeners don't know who me is. Me.
Who is me?
Oh, I thought you said I could start talking. This is Dee Dee. I'm sorry.
All right, go ahead now. Damn.
Oh, wow. I see. Yeah, I'll be back next week. I can't take this. I'm going through withdrawal. Addicted. Listen, what happened was wrong. No, this lady shouldn't have busted her in the face for speaking Swahili. But why is the Muslim woman, what's the GoFundMe account for? To help her get on her feet?
She got injuries.
You should see her face.
Is that what it said? Okay, she had injuries. I understand that. But there's somebody who assaulted her. A crime has been committed. Sue her for damages. What's with the GoFundMe? Everybody's doing GoFundMe. Get a job. Get another job. I'm sorry. I hate GoFundMe accounts unless it's for something major. Now, I don't know. I need to research. I should have did that before I called you, but there is a person who committed a crime and assaulted her and caused her physical harm, physical damages. She can sue this woman for the money. She can get the money to pay for whatever she needs to have paid for.
DD, can I ask you a question?
I don't understand the purpose of the GoFundMe account.
DD, does it even matter? Why are we talking about a GoFundMe account when we sitting here trying to figure out why the hell this woman cracked her in the skull?
Well, because that was a part of the topic, was it not?
No, the topic was
set up a GoFundMe
why in the
account
hell did this
to help
woman
get
hit
her
her in the face?
What?
The topic
That's what I'm reading.
I think you guys are pinpointing on different parts of the story. Dee Dee's point is, the issue with the GoFundMe is what got her riled up, and what Joe is saying, that there are other parts of the story that's more important than worrying about the GoFundMe. So I understand.
Oh, no, I understand that. I'm not saying
that
her getting smashed in the face isn't important. That was the first thing I said. That was wrong, dead wrong. She shouldn't have been that. Why did that woman hit her in the face? But at this point, you've got somebody who committed the crime. They know who did it. They got the lady. She needs to be sued for damages.
Yeah, I mean, but the other thing is, I understand where you're going, Dee Dee, and I would tend to agree with you. But the reality is, GoFundMe is a part of what we do here in this country at this time. And so, if she ain't got no money right now, and she got bills right now, and GoFundMe can help her right now, then that's what she's going to do. This woman got arrested. She could potentially end up going to jail for assault. And if she goes to jail for assault and she ain't got no money and you can sue her, all you're going to get is a judgment. You ain't going to get no money.
But you're right. That's what Medicaid
You're absolutely
is for.
Correct.
Well, maybe she ain't got Medicaid.
Why, if you're a citizen here, you should be, and you meet the financial requirements. You should be able to get Medicaid if you don't have health insurance.
Yeah, but maybe she's got health insurance, and it's not enough. I mean, you just don't know.
Hello?
We don't know the situation.
Can we please get back to the fact that why are we caring about a GoFundMe account when this woman got cracked in the head for speaking Swahili to her people, and society is messed up in the head to sit here and worry about a GoFundMe account? Who cares? If I wanted to give this woman $1 million, fine. So what? Guess what? She wouldn't need a GoFundMe account if this woman wouldn't have cracked her in her damn head.
Basically.
I'm sorry.
That's the point of it. That's the whole point of
this. That's the point.
She was dead wrong.
That's the mic drop moment right there. Ain't no half
definitely
stepping with Marcus J. Didi. We're going to do what you wanted to do in the next segment. So call us back, all right?
Gotcha.
Didi, I got a surprise for you, too.
I'm going to get a GoFundMe account.
Keep listening and call us back if you want to
get
on.
Yeah, get a GoFundMe account for Joe, because I'm coming up there to put my hands on him.
You got it. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. Live from the Den, Legacy Internet Radio. We're going to take our first break of the night, and when we come back, our brother Jay, he's going to lead us. He's going to ask his question, which is
lovers and friends.
Marcus J. Big Bro Joe, our brother Jay, Miss Tony, and Dee Dee called us up. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. Be back in a few minutes, y'all. Stay with us.
Introducing Kareen Hair and Beauty, your #1 provider for luxury human hair extensions. At Kareen, we offer a wide range of hair textures for you to choose from, allowing you to easily create the most natural, seamless installs possible. We are located at 20 North 20th Street, Suite B, Richmond, Virginia. Our office hours are from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Tuesday through Friday.